Salve Maria. Welcome to our latest program of the Marvels of Christendom. I am Brother Nipun, and today I thought of sharing with you about one of the greatest figures among the Catholic saints, the great St.Padre Pio, a stigmatist, a priest, and most importantly, a prophet of the 20th century. As a miracle worker, the amount of miracles he worked is numerous, but did you know that one of the topics he prophesied was about abortion? Therefore, on today's video, we are going to learn from St. Padre Pio on the sin of abortion. One day, Father Pellegrino Funicelli, who assisted Padre Pio for many years, confronted the saint on this sin, asking him, "Today you denied absolution to a woman because she had undergone an abortion. Why have you been so rigorous with this poor unfortunate?" Before answering this question, we should note that Padre Pio would sometimes refuse to give absolution to a penitent if they showed insufficient contrition. Often they would return, and then he would give absolution if they were sincere. Now continuing with our story, Padre Pio responded, "The day that people lose their horror for abortion will be the most terrible day for humanity. Abortion is not only a homicide but also a suicide. Shouldn't we have the courage to manifest our faith before those who commit two crimes within one act?" "Suicide?" asked Father Pellegrino, and Padre Pio replied, "The suicide of the human race will be understood by those who will see the earth populated by the elderly and depopulated of children, burnt as a desert." And then the friar instructed Father Pellegrino to run to the woman he had counseled that morning and tell her what he had said regarding abortion, and also to tell the lady that she will safely give birth to the child she had conceived. Father Pellegrino did what was told him. A few months later, the woman gave birth to a beautiful girl, and 8 years later, this girl returned to Padre Pio few months before his death and received a first communion from him. As we have heard from St. Padre Pio himself about the malice and tragic consequences of abortion, let us observe some true facts that show how even discerned that abortions which some of the penitents did not confess either purposely or even by mistake. On a certain occasion in the mid-1940s, a certain lady knelt in St. Padre Pio's confessional. When she had given him an account of her sins, which she thought was complete, Padre Pio told her, "Try to remember the other sin." She responded, "Father, I think I confess all the sins that I know." Padre Pio was not satisfied, and he gave her a harsh penitential exercise. "Go to the cross and say 15 Hail Marys and 15 Our Fathers." This particular cross was at top of the mountain. To reach this cross, it was necessary to go through a very bad road, and it was a dangerous path. The lady did as Padre Pio asked, and when she returned, hoping to get absolution, he said to her, "Do you remember all your sins?" Again she insisted that she had confessed all of them. Padre Pio, "I have confessed everything." Padre Pio was patient and blamed it on her memory. "No, you still don't remember all." Then he assigned the same penance as last time. "You have got to go to the cross at top of the mountain again." When she returned once again from a risky climb up the mountain, she still claimed not to remember the other sin that Padre Pio meant. She was asked once again to the cross for a third time. When she returned to his confessional, she was resolute that she did not remember anything else. But Padre Pio questioned her, "What do you mean you don't remember anything? Don't you know he could have been a good priest, a bishop, even a cardinal?" The woman was thrown into the deep thought, and as she remembered her abortion, tears welled up in her eyes and she defended herself. Padre, I never knew abortion was a sin. Padre Pio was not moved to soften his stance. What do you mean you didn't know this was a sin? That's killing. The lady thought the cloak of secrecy had granted her immunity. Nobody knows about this, only me and my mother. How could you say it could have been a priest or a cardinal? Padre Pio ended the conversation with the woman of the dead son by saying, abortion is a sin, a very great sin. Among the many spiritual gifts of St. Padre Pio, the gift of discernment of spirits clearly stood out. Let's now consider one of the most interesting episodes where this grace prominently shone. One day, Padre Pio said to a woman who had come to his confessional, close your eyes and tell me what you see. The lady obeyed, closed her eyes and said, I see a huge square with many people. Among the people, I see a solemn procession advancing, and I see in the procession many priests, bishops, and cardinals. They all precede a pope who is carried on the throne. Yes, I see precisely a pope on the throne. It was the guestatorial chair, and a great crowd acclaiming this pope. Very beautiful. But what does all this mean? Padre Pio answered her, the child you have killed in your womb with the abortion, in the designs of God, was to become that pope. The poor woman gave a scream and fainted next to the confessional. Saint Padre Pio was a true model of intransigence and purity. Isn't it true that his words directed to our century are truly prophetic? He spoke indeed defending the lives of the innocent who have not yet opened their eyes to the light of the day. Are we not witnessing in our present century a tragic decrease of birth rates that makes St. Padre Pio's prophecy even more clearer? Therefore, let us beseech St. Padre Pio to pray before the Immaculate Mother of God for all mothers, so that they shall realize the horror and evilness of the sin of abortion. So, I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, please do share this with all your friends and family. Hope to see you in the next video. May God bless you. Salve Maria.